What is a personal dash cam? Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Keotech is CEO Brian Pemberton. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Fred. Thanks for having me.
A pleasure. Well, you are unveiling a camera designed to serve as a personal protection system and more, called the Keocam. Give us the overview here, Brian.
Sure. Thanks very much for having me. Well, this is the device itself, which is a wireless camera unit, but it's essentially a new type of camera. It's the world's first personal dash cam. And it's not just a camera in itself, but it's an entire system. So we have a smartphone, your camera itself, and the cloud service all working together in harmony to provide you with personal protection. And it works in the way that you would expect any dash cam. It's constantly recording, backing up that information. So if an incident happens, you've got it there ready to help you with the authorities.
Brian, let's take a look at a short video.
Assaults on women and minority groups are on the rise worldwide. But the crazy thing is, over 80% of common assaults, sexual assaults, and hate crimes go unreported to the police, leaving many victims to suffer in silence. Traditional devices have a flaw. They try to stop an assault once it's started. But what if you could deter an assault from starting in the first place? To do that, you need to provide a would-be attacker with an unnerving threat.
Hey, is that a body camera? Are you recording me? Come on.
The threat of being identified and caught. Introducing Keocam, the patented personal dash cam. Like a dash cam, Keocam is always recording in a 1-minute loop. Acting like a time machine, when you activate an emergency, not only do you have an ongoing recording, but you also go back in time showing what happened before the crime. This makes a huge difference in convincing the police a crime took place. Of course, a wearable camera could be taken from you. That's why our unique system has 2 copies of the recording at any one time. In an emergency, Keocam and your smartphone save the previous 1-minute recording to memory, as well as saving the ongoing recording. A 3rd copy of everything is sent to your private cloud account. This keeps the evidence of what happened safe, even if the camera and your smartphone are taken from you. Trusted friends and family are sent a link warning them of an emergency. They can also share details with the authorities if needed. We may not be able to stop all crime, but with Keocam, you will warn off a potential threat and reduce the chance of being the next victim. Keocam, the personal dash cam.
Well, tell us more about your background and how this came about.
Yeah, I come from a family of strong women. I have 5 nieces, 3 from my sister and 2 from my own twin brother. I've got a daughter myself as well. So I've seen them grow over the years. And there was one particular incident where my niece was punched in the face in public by some random guy because she wouldn't share her phone details with him. And that kind of got things rolling. My family knew my background in cellular and wearable technology and so on. And they said, well, surely there's something we can do about this, Brian, and we should look into this. And so I did look into it, and it was quite upsetting to see the statistics. 80% of sexual assaults, common assaults, and hate crimes go unreported. And that's primarily down to the fact that there is no evidence. The police are in a very difficult situation because these circumstances are often one person's word against another. And so because there's no evidence, you can't really successfully go through court proceedings and hold people accountable. But that's what we're here to fix. This personal security system, the first personal dash cam, is here to fix that problem.
Brian, step us through how this is used on a typical day.
Sure. Well, first of all, the camera is worn and you wear it with a magnetic plate. So if I was to attach it like this and it just goes through your clothing, the magnet is strong enough to secure through a jacket, a blouse, whatever anybody might be wearing most of the time. And the idea is that the overall battery life of the device is 3 hours. So you can turn the device on and you associate it with your smartphone. And then that's what we call eyes on mode. So that's recording in a loop constantly while you want it to. So you're, for example, commuting on public transport to your office and you spend an hour on the commute. It's always recording in a loop. So if something happens to you, you capture that and you can go back 1 minute in time because of the loop recording. And if you activate it, it will then continue a recording moving forwards and will send everything up to the cloud. And then when you reach the office, then you can choose, obviously, and it would be ideal to turn the device off then because you're no longer, in an environment where you might not be safe. So you can use the power button on the app. The app deactivates the camera and turns it off, and then you can place it in a purse, put it on charge for the day if you need to, and if you don't, it has a battery life of 3 hours. So for most commuters, you're able to use the device on the way to work and then on the way home without needing to recharge it. We're also looking at female runners and things like that who they don't tend to run more than 3 hours. So that's the sort of scenario that we see for the camera.
Very cool. So there's no off button on the device itself, but through the app you can turn this off when you don't need the camera to be on. Very interesting.
That's right.
So,
Well, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it as tamper-proof as possible. Because if you think about it, police officers, wear these things, but they're not usually worried about somebody taking their camera from them. The people are normally running away from police officers, whereas a personal security device has the risk of your phone and the camera being taken from you. And so what we're trying to do as much as possible is to make that as difficult as possible to remove the device or turn it off so that recordings are stopped.
very cool. So tell us about the plan to bring this to market, when it arrives. Tell us a bit about pricing and whether or not there's going to be a subscription attached to it.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's handle the pricing. So we're still talking with some distribution partners. We haven't finalized the pricing totally, but it's going to be somewhere between 129 and 149 US dollars. It does come with a subscription model. We're looking at a price of around $4.99 a month, but we also want to do packages for 6 months and 12 months, which obviously offer a much better value proposition for our customers. So as much as possible, we're trying to make it as affordable for as many people as possible because it's a lot of people out there who are interested in this kind of device and need that sort of security. Yeah. So that's sorry. And when are we planning on bringing it to market? We're looking at November time, yeah. So North America and Europe are intended to be the first markets for this. But of course, we're going to Mobile World Congress next week, so who knows? Well, hopefully we'll meet a lot of distributors from the rest of the world, and yeah, we can take it from there.
Terrific. And this is connected to your phone all the time. So tell us
Yes.
what should people know about the phone battery life? Is it affected by using this?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, of course. When you're running mobile apps in the background, it will affect the battery life of your phone, but the lift for the phone is not particularly heavy. If you look at some other apps like Strava or even Google Maps and so on, and your navigator and so on, there is a cost to your battery life, but at the same time, we believe that the benefit of personal security far outweighs the shortened battery life on your smartphone.
For more info, where can people go?
So keocam.com, keocam.com is up and running, and where there is a contact form there as well. If anyone's interested or they'd like to get to hear more or find out about us and so on. So yeah, I'd encourage people to go there, or if of course they're visiting Mobile World Congress, to come to our partners booth. So we're with Smartcom in the French pavilion at Mobile World Congress. We're right at the entrance, nice location for the booth, and we're going to be showing off and demonstrating the device there.
Terrific. Well, congratulations on the innovations. Brian Pemberton, thanks for spending time with us.
No, I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you very much.